Hello and welcome back to the MaasStaplePodcast, everyone. We are here, right here. Actually, I'm directing tonight. We haven't got to direct anymore, so we're directing. Well, I'm directing, and Stevo is right over there in the blue corner. And what are you doing, Stevo?
I am using the audio desk.
Yes, that's right. He's using the audio desk. Yeah, and I'm using the little vision switch desk, the stream deck that we've got. You'll probably see it in the big. There we are. So you can see me change. Well, not changing at the moment, but we. There we are. I'm changing as we're going along. So Stevo. Today you'll be talking about streaming. Is that right? You'll be talking about streaming?
Yeah, streaming. So Netflix, Disney Plus, all those streaming services.
Oh,
we're even going over them.
Even KO and Binge and stuff like that as well.
I guess we can talk about them a little bit.
I suppose we can do as well.
Yeah.
So if there is, if there's any vision switching shit that doesn't make any. This is the first time I'm actually talking and hosting a podcast at the same time. So if my vision switching is a bit off, forgive me, because it's kind of my first time doing it, and and might get too engaged with what Stevo's talking about, so it might start a little bit longer than normal with vision switching. So Stevo,
yes.
So why is streaming so popular right now?
I'd say streaming is really popular right now because of the increase in internet speeds that even in Australia we're getting this year. We're getting the fibre speeds this year sometime.
Okay.
If you go on the NBN website, you can see when everyone can get their upgrade. From my area, for example, it was meant to be next month, but they've delayed it for a month. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's a bit how you're going. So we have to see whether they'll do it or not. But yeah, it's just everyone has faster internet. People love the convenience of just clicking on shit and not going to the shops and buying a DVD, I suppose. People are getting lazier. So that's where the streaming comes in.
No, I don't think necessarily also people are getting more lazier, but also I think it's that people seem to be working a lot more than normal to get money because of the financial kind of things going down at the moment.
Oh,
so I think
because
it's
of the
more,
rent as well.
Yeah, I think it's more of that that's actually going on rather than people getting lazier. It's just more people that are getting worn out because they have to work more for an income type thing. And also that a lot of those Video Easy stores and stuff like that, Blockbuster, have all closed down. So
yeah, because of Netflix.
Yeah, in a way, Netflix, and a lot of streaming services and the prices, like you pay $3 or something like for a rental, while like on Netflix it might be like I think it's $13 a month or something like that, rather than $3.
Really? That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, rather than $3 like per DVD or $1 per DVD that you used to get it for. So
you used to be able to rent movies or games for a week or two for like $1 or $2.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we are.
As well,
yeah.
It was actually really cheap. So
yeah,
I don't know. I definitely prefer that, but
what games did you used to hire out at the Blockbuster store and stuff like that?
I used to hire out games like Burnout. I don't know if you heard of that. It's like a racing arcade game. Jack and Daxter. Spyro. You know Spyro.
Oh, Spyro, yeah.
Crash Bandicoot.
When
they used to make those ones.
Yeah.
Just ones like that. Yeah, a lot of the kiddie type ones.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I'm sure that they were probably the best video games to hire back in the day, weren't they?
Yeah, probably the top three, top two, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really fun.
Yeah, so that's why the streaming, sorry, we've got off a little bit off track there. So that's why streaming services are a lot more popular now these days because they're lazy and people are lazy
I think that's definitely a factor, like because we got all these advanced devices now, like computers, a computer in our hand, essentially, the phone. What?
We took a drink at the same fucking time.
The computer in our hand. It's just a lot easier, a lot more lazier. You don't have to go down to a shop and buy a physical thing. And also, the streaming, they have a hold over what you can watch and what you can't watch, and when they get removed. So, Yeah, I mean that's a part of it as well. People don't mind just renting out movies, and like you were saying, it's like the renting with Video Easy and that, but it's just evolved into the online
streaming
world.
Market.
Yeah, streaming market.
Yeah, and I think also people are also getting more busy with their lives, so it's easy just to go onto the internet and look up. Go on Netflix and stuff like that.
Yeah, just do it like after a long day at work. Just sign up for it.
Just put the switch. Yeah. Okay. And do you reckon physical media such as DVDs, CDs, tapes, and all that kind of carry on? Do you reckon that will be around in say about 5 years' time? Do you reckon?
No, I think all this physical stuff is going away. Like even with the PlayStation 5 with the games and all that, Sony are now, a few years ago Sony were against it, but now they want to have everything on their store, so then they, just like with the streaming, they can control the pricing and everything, so the games are going to be more expensive than ever.
Okay, yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, so it's going to be kept on the Sony store and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, because
physical.
Because Sony has the PlayStation store on PlayStation.
Yeah,
it's like an online marketplace where you can buy movies, games, and shit.
Okay, yeah.
But they want it only to be on there so they can keep charging it. Because you know how, like, you had a shop, right? And you wait a few months and like a movie goes down in price or whatever. Yeah. With these marketplaces like Sony and that, they can keep it at the same price forever. Like what Nintendo does for their games. If you didn't know, like Nintendo, like Mario games and all that, Mario Kart. Yeah. They never go down in price, even 5-6 years later. Okay. Nintendo controls the market. The market on their store type thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And are streaming services losing money? Do you reckon? Like in a way, do you reckon they're losing money? Yes, I would say inherently they are losing money because they're renting out other studios' movies onto their platform, and there must be some service fees or something with that. So I watched a YouTube video on this. Like, will streaming be around for a few years or something like that? Yeah. But basically, what I got from it was, it's like they pay like a service fee or something. It's like they're playing the long game, you know, like Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Obviously made shit ton of money when they first started. You know, they're the big dog. You know, the people who destroyed all this physical media shit, right? Yeah. And then you get to like ones like Disney Plus, which they're losing lots of money on because, you know, they keep showing their new movies and shit. I think 2 or 3 weeks after it's in the cinema or something. Yeah. They must be losing a lot of money from that, surely. Yeah. I did watch a TikTok video about Disney, and all their movies they brought out this year have flopped in the movie theaters. Really? Indiana Jones flopped. One of their Pixar films flopped as well. None of them have made a profit. So they're just cutting it short in the movie theaters, and then bringing it straight into Disney Plus. And if it doesn't do well on Disney Plus, what they're doing is they're actually putting it on Disney Plus, and if it doesn't do well, they're taking it off Disney Plus. Oh, okay, so what? It's going to be vaulted forever. Yeah, so there's movies that were made by Universal Studios back in the day. They didn't do so well on Disney Plus, so Disney just got rid of it. Is that like the Hulk movies and all that? Because I don't know if they did well, like the older Hulk. Yeah, I think Hulk was might have been one of them. I can't remember which ones or anything like that. I know there is. They've taken a few of the movies off and then left the ones that are doing well on Disney Plus. Okay. Yeah. So, did you? All right, you're asking the questions, aren't you? Oh, you go on ask. You ask. Do you reckon Netflix has gone downhill? As well. I think in a way Disney. I think Disney Plus has gone downhill. Netflix. Oh, sorry, Netflix. Yeah, their quality of shows are going to crap. In a way. How do I explain it? Yeah, the Witcher show is pretty bad now as well. The Witcher show? Witcher, yeah. Okay. Have you seen that one? No, I haven't seen that one. No, I haven't seen it. No, not at all. It started off strong, but then I think the money got to their heads because season 2 and 3 just went off the rails. Okay, yeah. With the writing and the...
Yes. Speaking that you spoke of the Witcher the film. Also, I noticed that 13 Reasons Why, that was another one. That was pretty good, the first season, I thought personally.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It went to shit season 2, and then season 3, what the fuck happened there? I don't know what the hell happened there, but
yeah,
it all went to shit.
What I think about season 3 is it's got that girl talking about these events, and they had the black and white and what were they doing? Like some flashback type storytelling. It was trash.
I think so. I can't fully remember it. I haven't seen it in a few years, but I think they were doing that. Sorry, interrupting you there.
That's okay.
I thought you actually finished asking the question, and but anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this is how we normally talk anyway. We interrupt for each other. That was one example of mine that has gone to shit. And I think sex education's also gone to shit as well. I think, in a way.
I thought the last season, it wasn't as good as the first two, but it was okay. Yeah, you're right. Like, it was, yeah. It's like every Netflix show peaks at season 1. It seems like.
Yeah, and it does shit after that.
Like, all the creativity goes away once the money comes in.
Yeah,
they don't think anymore.
I think they focus more on profit, like getting money from it, and then they go, oh, okay, yeah, that's crap. Just release it because we have to release it. No thought in it whatsoever or anything like that. So they're just releasing it and they're not worrying about it anymore.
Yeah, we also had the Marvel Netflix shows from years ago. They were, in my opinion, bloody amazing, and because Disney had nothing to do with those Marvel Netflix shows.
Okay.
Like Daredevil, Luke Cage and all that. They were bloody brilliant and, really violent, good stunts, everything. And then, of course, once we go back to Disneyland, Disney Plus land, the characters all go to shit again. So that kind of proves that, Netflix sometimes can make things really good past season 1. If they got the right people.
Yeah, if they did it. If they did it right, I reckon they could do it well. So why does Netflix cancel its shows after the 3rd season? Do you reckon? Well, kind of just talked about it, didn't really? But
well, they're spending too much money. They're losing too much money. They're just losing too much money. I think it's not worth having the shows on if it doesn't get any viewers and people are hating on it online.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what I think. And
gotta get you a shot of you drinking your drink there. It's pretty funny. I took a shot of myself before drinking as well. That's the important bits of life, is capturing moments like that.
Yes, capturing drinking moments.
Yeah,
yes.
Or you picking your nose, or me. I don't know, playing with my ass. I don't know. Why does is there too many streaming services, you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah, you reckon?
I think there should just be one service like Netflix. Back when Netflix was the only service, it was a lot better. Was we in high school when Netflix first came out? I think it was, or maybe it was just near the end.
It was out when we were in primary school, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, but it just wasn't as popular because no one really had good internet.
Good internet at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think Netflix used to be like a Blockbuster type thing as well. I think.
But you send media or something.
I can't fully remember what it was, but I think it was something like that, or it was just starting to kind of come out
at the time. Yeah, I just think it's just better just having one, because I've noticed this recently with the streaming. If there's one show that I like, let's say there's a spin-off show with another character, what they'll do is they'll put it on another streaming service. So let's say, for example, The Walking Dead. You want to watch that on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Well, now they're putting it on Binge. It's like a Foxtel type streaming thing that we have here. And then if you want to watch the spin-off show with the other characters, you have to have Stan, this other one, Stan.
Oh, Stan, yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah. Just if there's one show and you got those characters, you put all that on one streaming service.
Yeah.
You don't put it on multiple, because then you have to pay way too much money.
Yeah.
And it's just going to lead to people pirating again. So we're back to square one.
Yeah,
pirating again.
Where people didn't actually want to, the police and all that didn't actually want to make people private anyway. But now, you're true. You made a point there, a really good one. That's going to make people going to go, I'm going to download this shit now because I can't afford to pay for Stan, Binge, Netflix, Disney Plus, what
Stevo, whatever that. What's Keo?
Or Hey You's another one. Oh, KO. Yeah, KO. And then you got Stan, you got Paramount Plus, and you got this, and you got that, and you got this, and you got that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just way too much.
Oh, there we are.
Just way too much things to focus on. Like, you got more important things to do. Electrical bills, fucking... I don't know, yeah, it's just going to lead to people pirating. There was a pirating epidemic during the 2010s where everybody was pirating, and I was one of them as well.
You were one of them, were you?
Yeah, during high school, I used to pirate shit all the time, and obviously, you know, the laptop was totally fucked.
And you just admitted that on the podcast.
It was 10 like years ago, 6-7 years ago, mate.
Oh, okay. It was
8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It's not now.
He's not doing it now.
Not now. I'd use these streaming services too. That's why I'm so annoyed.
He is
by
annoyed.
how some of their practices now.
Yeah. He's pretty annoyed at the moment. No, yeah. I wouldn't pick up that glass up, Stevo. I wouldn't pick up that glass. Look very pissed off at the moment. There we are.
Pissed off of what?
I don't know. Just having a bit of fun with you.
Oh.
Yeah, having a bit of fun with you, because that's what we like to do. Take the piss out of you sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that was a bit of an awkward moment.
Yeah,
so will our world turn into like a Black Mirror season 1, episode 2? I can't remember the name, but do you reckon our world will turn into that, where you have to work out, like, not necessarily like, because obviously robots might take over one day, and AI, and then the only way we can make money is by doing physical exercise, like that episode. Do you reckon you have to pay? So, like, say if you have to pay for every single video or pay for every single thing that you that you watch on TV or whatever on your devices or anything, do you reckon the world will turn like that?
I think it will eventually. It will turn to the depressing dystopian. Yeah, we're like
got a changer.
Yeah, that Black Mirror episode, because it was like this. He wanted to watch porn, and I swear he wanted to watch porn or something. This one guy, and he had to exercise in the episode. Is that true?
Yeah, in a way,
he doing exercise.
But it was actually a girl that he had a thing for, and he paid for her. He paid for to be on this competition, and the competition was for a singing talent show type thing. And for him to get on there, for her to get on there, he paid for her and worked hard to get her on, right? And then she chose the show over him, and then she was doing porn and stuff like that as well on the side as well, showing her talents and he had to pay
showing
for
her
it
extra skills.
Yeah, so he because she was quite attractive and all that, and so they had to pay for it. To watch it and all that. So people were working fucking hard because she was stunning, and then they were just making little porn videos and stuff like that, and then also showing her talents and stuff like that, and people were working hard. He got very frustrated because he actually liked this chick, and he worked hard to get all the money so he can get on this competition to try and see her again. That's when I've just told the whole fucking story anyway.
Yeah, you can spoil how it ends. How does it end?
Pretty much it just cuts off with him by himself in a big fucking room where he's able to view the outside world, like rainforests and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh, so the world has gone back to
there's no
natural.
Yeah, natural. Yeah, and they're living in this big box
cube thing.
Yeah, I think that's how it kind of ended in a way.
Right. So it's like a prison in a way, because you have to work for stuff to get rewarded.
Yes, in a way. Yeah.
You can't just lay down and go on your remote and watch it.
You can actually in this world you could be at the gym and working on the bike machine. Think of your bike machine, and on the bike machine allowed you to actually do earn money to pay for stuff like that, and you can actually watch stuff while working at the gym in a way as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what.
It'll probably get to that point eventually, maybe
probably when we're not alive, I suppose.
2080 or something.
Yeah, it could turn like
the
that.
far, I guess, is that really far future? I suppose that is.
Yeah, I reckon probably about maybe 150 years time or something like that. I reckon maybe
that too.
But I don't think so at the moment. I know Saudi Arabia is heading towards that direction. They're building a big fucking 400 meters by 400 meters square building, high 400 meters wide, 400 meters on the other side, four sides. Like it's a cube that's 400 meters.
Oh, really? They're making a cube thing.
Width and length is 400 meters. Yeah.
So you think it's for something like that?
Yeah, I think it's kind of based on that. And also Saudi Arabia is also making a thing called the line. And this line has so it's the whole width of the country, and it's pretty much like I don't know how big it is wide or and lengths the whole country, and it's pretty high, and it has schools and it has schools, it has doctor surgeries and every 100 meters down the line. It has like a doctor surgery, has a shopping center, and it has like all these buildings like it's high, and like people live on the different levels and they work in that little section. Okay. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, sounds like a prison to me.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I think the world could be heading that way, maybe, with Saudi Arabia doing that type of thing, but I can't see Australia or any other country doing that at the moment.
Following suit right now.
Yeah, maybe in, I don't know.
10 years?
10 years?
Yeah.
No.
15?
No. Be a bit more than that. Be way more than that, yeah. At the moment, yeah. What streaming services good? Like, would you recommend in Australia? Like, what streaming services are good?
I'd probably recommend Binge. I think Binge is fine. That's the one I'm personally paying for.
Yeah.
While I watch stuff. It's got a good selection of shows and, Game of Thrones, all that shit, like into nudity, sex scene type shows, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, all that type of shit. Lots of comic book stuff. So if you're into comics, I recommend Binge as well.
Okay, yeah. I've got Binge, I've got Netflix, I've got Disney Plus, I've got KO. I've definitely got KO. That's one I pay for.
Is that 4K?
Yeah,
it's 4K as well.
Most sports are in 4K on KO, like Formula One, UFC, but you got to pay extra for UFC. You got to pay extra $60, I think it is. Yeah. AFL's 4K, netball's 4K, basketball's 4K, everything's 4K on KO. And Binge, it's good quality still. Netflix, I don't really watch. I only watch Netflix because you can download the movies and then you can watch it on the plane, as well as Disney Plus.
You can download on Netflix.
Yeah, you can download and watch it later on without the internet. Yeah, you can.
What, on the app? Just on the app though, right?
Yeah, on the app. Yeah, on the app. Yeah.
Okay.
But like, say if you're on my same account, like on my account, and I downloaded, like, I don't know, say American Pie. If I download that on my phone, it wouldn't download to your phone. It would only download to.
Yeah. It's just tied to one account.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, so it wouldn't download to your phone, it would download to mine. But if you went and downloaded a video, like, say, I don't know, what's on Netflix?
Peaky Blinders.
Say if you downloaded Peaky Blinders, right? It wouldn't download on my phone. It would. Yeah.
It would just be on my one.
Yeah, be on your one only. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I like about Netflix, and Disney Plus, same thing as well.
Oh, you can download Disney as well.
Yeah, and Disney as well. But not everything though. Just some things.
Only on the web browser, or you can't do that through your TV, can you? It's only like an app thing.
Not from the TV, but I think you can do it on your computer.
Okay.
I think.
Possible.
But you definitely can do it on your iPad and iPhone and probably iPod Touch and all your Samsung Android shit, that handheld shit, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looked really weird, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked like you were jerking. So.
Okay, yeah.
So do you reckon Disney Plus has gone downhill as well? Like, for you personally, because you've used Disney Plus for a long time now, haven't you?
Yeah, Disney Plus has gone down. Yeah, it has gone down in a way. I struggle to find good shows on Disney. Documentaries, like they're not as good as they used to be. Disney, they kind of ruined it. I don't know what they've done. They're putting shit that isn't really good on Disney Plus, and there's no actually real great content on there that you can never find anything that you want to watch on there.
Is that why they're losing money and they're adding this? They've got this new ad tier. Because I saw a video on it, and apparently they've added that ad tier because they're losing money or something.
I haven't seen the ad tier.
Okay, maybe it's a new thing coming soon.
Yeah, it might be just America only or something like that. In a way.
Or Japan only, or
something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting to change.
That's alright.
Yeah, but it's my first time doing this. Sorry. Yeah, I think it might be only just a how do I explain it? Yeah, it might be just like an only country thing. Like they might just choose one country and just done it that only.
Okay.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
It might be a trial period. They're testing it in America, then they'll give it to us and shit soon.
Yeah, then ruin it. And then they'll definitely lose a lot more money than that way.
Well, I think ever since the Bob Iger guy, he doesn't know what he's doing with Disney, because you've got the new Snow White remake or something as well. You've got the dwarves, but they're making them tall people. I believe they're meant to be all dwarves, but one of them is tall, like as tall as me. So I don't know how they're meant to be a dwarf now. And apparently Snow White is gonna save herself in the movie as well.
Okay, shit, yeah.
So there's going to be no Prince Charming. What do you think about that?
I just cut to black. No Prince Charming. That's not Snow White. That's more like feminism added into a movie that
a classical tale.
A classic, classical tale. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So, do we actually own the content, or are we paying for the license that we watch things now?
So technically, you don't actually own any of the content you watch on these streaming services. It's like renting a house. You're just renting the license fees to watch all the shows and stuff. Because when you pay a subscription, for example, you're paying the fee to all the shareholders who have the movie and all that. And basically, the supplier, the app, Netflix and that, they give it to you. So that's what it is. That's why it's in their terms of service, so they can remove any movie, anything they want, because, well, they own it, right? They make up the terms of service, and one of the top ones is we will remove anything at any time because we can. Yeah,
that's right. That's what's actually also happening to Disney Plus as well. They're doing the same thing.
Were they not doing that before? Now they're removing shit as well now, are they?
Disney Plus are removing shit now, yeah.
Well, they must be losing money then, I reckon, if they're doing that.
I don't know what's happening. I think they just want to get rid of it for the sake of getting rid of it. Yeah. Right.
Like how Netflix kept removing all the Mission Impossibles, because I swear they were on Netflix at one point.
Yes, Netflix
I couldn't see any of that either.
Netflix, I think they do pay for a license to have those movies.
For like 6 months or something, or
like they.
Right.
Yeah,
okay. That makes more sense.
They probably were on it. Like American Pie was on Netflix, went off for a few months, and it's come back on again, but only the first movie. While Binge has got all 5-6 movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think Netflix just buys it every now and then for a certain amount of time, and then they take it off again. Because if you ever noticed that American Pie only comes out during the summer season over in America, like it comes out in the winter season over here.
Over
in
here.
Australia, yeah. So I think that's what's actually happening. Netflix does buy the rights of the movie for a certain amount of time, and then they can stream it on for.
Yeah, so it's just like gaming now. Because with the games as well, if you actually look at the terms of service with the newer games, even if you buy the disc, it actually says the game will only be playable for how long we want it. So they're actually controlling like how long you can play the game for now too. So like if, for example, let's say you buy a game, right? And you didn't know it was shutting down or something. It won't work at all because the company said, fuck it, we're going to shut it down, which is really anti-consumer and all this digital shit. it's scary, honestly, thinking about it, how bad it's going to get. Like, if they keep doing this stuff, like, we're never going to be able to actually, like, play these things or movies whenever we want. We're always going to have a time limit. And that's a scary thought, isn't it?
Well, you think if you brought the CD, you wouldn't have... Why would they shut it down for if they've brought the CD? Like, if you've gone and brought the CD, why would they shut it down for? How does that work? How do they shut the fucking game down?
Well, I'm just speaking about online games.
Oh, online, of course. Yeah.
And all the CD does is just, it activates the license now. Like, it's not... Like, back in the day, like PS2, PS1, like PS3, you put the disc in. Basically, you own it forever. Like, there's no activation, there's none of this bullshit. But since PS4, PS5, you know, the newer consoles and that's all it is now. It's activation.
Oh,
if you get what I mean.
Okay.
So the disc is just the access key to gain access to the content.
So you're pretty much buying like $200 worth, a $200 game, and you're just buying the fucking license for it.
Yeah, that's
and
what
they
the
can
disc
shut it
is
down
now.
where they fucking want.
And they can shut it down, and if you click on it, it's like, oh, this isn't playable anymore.
Ooh,
yeah,
I think the government should be stepping in here and saying, okay, well, you can't do that. Or someone should be stepping in saying, no, that's a consumer watchdog thing, or like,
it should be.
Anonymous, if you're watching, I think that's something you need to get your hand on again.
You should hack Sony again, in the PS3.
Teach those little fucking dickheads how it's done again, because that was fucking brilliant. Whatever you guys did, that was brilliant. I don't know.
Yeah, it was down for like 2 months. I remember because I was in high school at the time, I believe.
Yeah.
And I turned the PS3 on, and it said can't sign in. I was like, this is weird. So I kept trying to sign in. And then I went on YouTube. Everyone was complaining about it. So, and then everyone on Xbox was saying, haha, because, you know, the Xbox servers were up the whole time. So,
Anonymous, I think you've got to get your hands on this again. Do this.
Yeah, need to do this soon.
Yeah, need to get your hands on it.
All right, so that's for the streaming segment I've got. Michael also wants to go through a few things, so let's go on to his one.
I do? Wait, I do?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, well, yeah, you go for it, Stevo. You can do whatever you want.
So recently you went on holiday to Sydney. So how was that, Michael?
Yeah, well, it was back in March. We're in what month are we in?
July.
August.
Well, August essentially.
Yeah, August. Yeah. We've recorded this on the 31st of July, so August when it comes out. Yeah, so about a couple of months ago, I went on a trip to Sydney in March. I think it was late February. Early March. Yeah, I went to Sydney. Stayed there. So went over there just for a holiday. How was it? It was pretty good. I enjoyed it for the best I could enjoy it for. Wasn't that bad for the trip. It's good to get out of Perth every now and then and see the rest of the country and how it's holding up, how it is. Yeah, it's quite. I reckon Sydney's quite a good place to go to for a tourist type thing, and not for too long.
You wouldn't live there though. It's just way too crowded.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't live there. It's too crowded. Takes a long time to commute everywhere, and it's really expensive to buy over there as well. Especially the more inner city Sydney you get, the more expensive it gets.
Gets over there.
Yeah, it gets over there. Yeah.
So what did you get up to in Sydney then? Did you go to bars, pubs, or what was the main attraction? Really?
When I went over there, I did go to a few bars, pubs. Okay. Got to eat some food. Well, definitely ate fucking idiots.
You just starved.
Yeah, just starved like a fucking dickhead. I went to a few places over there. What did you get up to? So I went to the zoo, the Taronga Zoo over there. That was quite good. Got to see some chimpanzees, saw some apes, not apes, what are they called, gorillas. Saw some gorillas as well. Seal, went and watched the seal show, that was up at the zoo as well. Really clever animals they are. And it's fascinating about the gorillas as well. How do I explain it? They walk like a human. They look like a human. They walk like a 3-year-old. And
they got the strength of a 40-year-old.
Yeah, but they got strength of like fucking, like, I don't know, someone that's really fucking built, even stronger than that. But they're just it fascinated me, like how I had to stand there for like an hour and just watch them, like, and they actually, they're like so similar to humans, like how they behave and how they kind of walk and stuff like that. They're a little bit more, I wouldn't say they're dumber, like, but they're like, you can just see there's something in their head that doesn't really give them the full potential of being a human, but they're pretty close to it.
Well, they're more primal.
Yeah, more primal.
It's like back to the caveman type thinking.
Yeah.
Would you say they're similar to that?
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, like that's how they kind of and they were looking at things like how I don't know, toddler or something like would look at things and stuff like that. Like, it was quite fascinating on how they interacted with things and stuff like that. Yeah, and how.
What did you give them, a phone or?
Oh no, I didn't
give them. Food?
I didn't give them food. No, I didn't do any of that. No, that's the zookeeper's job.
Okay.
But that day they had aircraft fly over, F-18s I think it was, or F-16s, fly over the zoo, and it scared the shit out of the animals. So I was actually watching a elephant show at the time, and the elephants were getting fed, and these fighter jets came over. And they got shit scared, so they decided to hide and everything like that, and like take cover and all that. And so after that, all the animals got a bit on edge. Like, they started going in their closures and hiding away from everyone because like the noise of the jets scared them.
Yeah, also like something off Top Gun.
Yeah, it was
just
like
seeing the jets. It was like one of them was
like they're flying in formation. It was like 5 of them. They were flying in formation, like, the arrow formation that they fly in. Yeah, that's how they were flying over the zoo. And I thought,
that's
fuck.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool to watch, but at the same time, it wasn't good because you couldn't see the animals after that kind of thing, and they were a bit scared.
Timid.
After that, a bit timid from it.
So why did you decide to go to Sydney? Places.
I decided to go over there for a holiday. I was going to go on a cruise ship. I did go on a cruise ship, which left from Sydney. So that's the reason why I kind of went to that. Not kind of. Fuck, I'm using all the wrong words here. So that's why I
maybe not.
That's why I decided to go to Sydney, because the cruise ship left from Sydney.
Yeah.
That's why I left from. That's why I went to Sydney. Yeah.
Okay. So how many days were you in Sydney, and also on the cruise? Like, how many days for like both?
I get what you mean. Yeah. So I was in Sydney for 3 days, I think. Yeah, 3 days.
Only 3 days.
3 days, 2 nights. Because got in there early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Got to the hotel, wasn't ready, so kind of spent the whole day in Sydney trying to keep myself awake. Because I only had 40 hours I was awake for, had no sleep for, so I had to try and keep myself awake. So I went and explored Sydney, tried to do as much as possibly I could, physically could, and
so you didn't sleep at all before checking out?
I didn't sleep on the plane. I was meant to sleep on the plane, but couldn't sleep because the seats were too uncomfortable.
Right.
Which I'll talk about a little bit later on about the aircraft and all that. So I couldn't sleep on the aircraft, which I usually do normally, but I couldn't. So I was buggered. Couldn't go around Sydney, try as much as I could to stay awake. So that was. But the whole reason why I went to Sydney was because of the cruise ship.
What did you do on the cruise?
Oh, sorry. On the cruise ship, sorry. I didn't answer your question there, sorry. So on the cruise ship, I spent, I think it was 11 days, 11 nights on the cruise ship. And then went back to Sydney again, spent 3 nights there with 4 days, just exploring a bit more about, exploring more of Sydney, because on the first time around, it was like, had to, got there, explored Sydney a bit more, the city, and then went back to the hotel, fell asleep for the rest of the night, and then then the next day we went to the zoo, then came back at night time, obviously, and then went on the next day was the cruise ship. So when the next time we came, I explored more of Sydney.
Yeah, more than before.
Yeah, more than before, yeah.
So what did you do on the cruise? Like, where did you go?
I went to New Caledonia. Been there before.
Where's that?
South Pacific Islands. So it's just east of Queensland.
Okay.
A little bit north-east, I think, around about, or northwest of New Zealand. And then went to Vanuatu, which is more east. It's just directly more east from New Caledonia as well. Quite nice as well. First time I've ever been to Vanuatu. That was quite nice. I enjoyed Vanuatu. And then went back to... we missed one island in Vanuatu because we had a tropical cyclone come. Not just north of the cruise, so we to the crew, the captain said no, we're not going there because we'll otherwise get hit by a cyclone. So
that's not worth it.
But we did have a medical emergency on the cruise ship as well, so we had to go back to New Caledonia because we couldn't stop off in Vanuatu because Vanuatu we had a cyclone come along, so we had to go to New Caledonia, which was a bit more safer for the people to get sent off the cruise.
So what was the medical emergency, or you don't know?
I think someone died on the cruise, which usually happens on the cruise ship. Yeah.
Really? That usually happens?
Yeah.
That's common?
All the time,
all
yeah.
The time.
I've been on a cruise ship where it was 14 nights. 14 days, sorry. 14-day cruise ship, and we had 5 people die on the cruise ship.
Oh.
But that's a cruise, that's about 5,000 people, including crew.
Alcohol poisoning?
No, one guy actually had a heart attack, but he had one of those like machine ones. And
the thing that regulates the heart rate.
Yeah, the tick thing. Yeah,
the tick thing. Yeah.
Tick. He had a heart attack because he had a fight with his dad, and that's what caused it for him to have a heart attack. Also, someone got hit by a sign. So the sign killed him, brain damage.
Really?
Yeah.
A sign killed him?
Yeah, well, her, I don't know. That's what you hear on the cruise ship.
Okay.
People do talk. Used to, actually. Then on this cruise ship that I went on, we left from Sydney. The one that I went on just recently, that we had, I think we had one person die on the cruise, not sure how, but no one talked, like, in a way. Like, it was more, like, everyone was more closed. No one really talked to it. I bet it could have been with who I was with, or...
Is that because it's after COVID and people are still...
I don't know what the hell... I don't know what the hell is happening. But, yeah, just... It wasn't really people talking much about stuff on the cruise ship, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
Did I answer your question, sorry?
Yeah, I think you did. You said, where did you go? Yeah, you answered that. What did you do on the cruise? You answered that, didn't you?
Yeah, what I did on the cruise. So I did a lot of trivia because I was with someone who I went on the cruise with. We did a lot of trivia because that's what they wanted to do. But I did get to do some things I wanted to do as well, like bumper cars. There was bumper cars on the cruise. There was the surf rider on the back of the cruise as well, the iFly. So we had the flight simulator. Went on that as well.
Like the flying thing that we have in Perth.
Yeah,
the hover. It's like that, but a lot better.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's better. It's smaller and can't take as much weight as the one in Perth can do.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be under 105, I think it is, on the cruise. Kilograms. The person I was with is 110, I think, at the time. I can't really remember. I might have been 110. I think it might have been the limit. I think don't take my word for it. I'm not sure. But the limit is 100. I think 105 or 110.
110.
Yeah, okay. Kilos. Yeah.
Because it will destroy the machine, will it?
No, you just wouldn't be able to fly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Like the thing that
it wouldn't be able to put you up.
Yeah, doesn't put you up. But there's wire that hold, like, so you stand on the wire. That can hold like 3 elephants, that wire.
Okay.
Yeah. To protect you from hitting the fan, obviously.
Hitting the fan.
Yeah. Okay. So it can hold a lot of weight. So it's just more the fan can't generate the power it needs to lift you up in the air.
And put you back down.
And put you back down again, yeah. So that's what it was all about. So that's what I did. What else did I do? Watched a few shows. On the cruise as well, comedians, they put a few performances on. Hypnotist, that was a bit of an awkward one, that one. This person I was with, we watched it twice, the show, a hypnotist show. And I know with a hypnotist show, you never sit in the front row or on the edges because you're just going to fucking cop it.
Yeah, because they're going to talk about you.
No, not going to necessarily talk about you. No, they're not going to talk about you, no. That's what happens on stage. Like the people that get hypnotized, they volunteer to get hypnotized by the hypnotist. And then you... so anyway, what they did was they said, oh yeah, go into the crowd and like when you hear this song, you're gonna make love to someone. Well, guess what fucking happened?
What?
Someone on stage came down who had a husband. No, don't forget this one. Had a husband, came down and gave me a kiss on the cheek. Like grabbed me, like fucking full on grabbed me.
Was she hot?
No, it was like a old lady.
Oh,
like 70-year-old or something.
Right.
Yeah, it was fucking awkward. The person next to me fucking loved it.
Oh.
And I fucking hated it. I did not want to sit in the fucking front row of the fucking hypnotist show. And guess where I had to sit? The front row of a fucking hypnotist show. Yeah, it was the most awkward shit that I've ever fucking deal with.
That's weird as fuck.
And then the whole cruise, the lady that kissed me wouldn't stop looking at me. Would not stop looking at me like after that.
Well, like she wanted you still.
No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily looking at.
I'm more weirded out that she just did that.
Yeah.
Wasn't more like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I found that shit.
All right.
I found out that she had a husband too, because I did see her with a guy, her husband. Yeah. So
he wouldn't have been happy.
He didn't actually go to the show, so.
So he didn't even know.
Yeah, he didn't
Possibly.
know. Yeah. Well, she went with her friends and her friend's husband, I think. And her husband must have been doing something else. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what actually happened. Yes, I didn't want to do that, but ended up doing it. Silent disco. We went on a silent disco. Enjoyed it a little bit, but it could have been a bit better.
So how did you get around as well? Like, did you have a hire car or
on the cruise ship?
Oh, just when you were in Sydney, I meant.
Oh, I'm talking about the cruise ship still.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the cruise ship, how you get around on the cruise ship is usually you take one foot in front of the other and you walk.
You use your legs.
Yeah, that's how you usually get around on the cruise ship. Yeah.
Use your meat.
And some people used a thing that's called a gopher, or a I forgot what they're called now.
So like the seat thing that you sit in and it goes forward for you.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. Or some people go around in a wheelchair, so they broke their leg or some shit like that. Crutches. There was someone with crutches on a few people actually. They just happened to break their leg, and one person did happen to be got married, and broke his leg. So he was enjoying his honeymoon on crutches.
That's pretty bad.
That's what happened on the cruise ship. What else happened? Not what else happened, but what was your question? Where did you go?
How did you get around in Sydney?
How did I get around? How did I get around in Sydney?
Yeah, how did you get around in Sydney?
I go around in Sydney by using public transport, so like buses, trains. They've got a lot of trains that run in and out
Uber?
of Sydney. No.
You didn't need to do that?
No. I'll get back to that in a minute.
Okay.
So in a way, use public transport. We used the ferries that they had. Like ferries leave from different areas and they go to different places and all that. You catch it from Circular Quay. No, not Circular Quay. Elizabeth. No. Circular Quay. Yeah. Circular Quay you leave from, and then you go to like Manly, you might go to the zoo, you might go there, you might go somewhere.
Okay.
And the ferry takes you there.
So it's all like walking distance essentially. Besides taking like a bus and that, like it's not mega far away.
Yeah, so places. Yeah, if you want to go to Bondi, which I found out the hard way, it's going to take you about an hour and a half if you left like from Sydney, like literally the Circular Quay bit where the ferries leave from. It's going to take you an hour and a half to get there. So you're going to catch a train, leave there. I think you catch a train, takes you to Bondi Junction, I think it's called, or something like that, and Anyway, it tells you where Bondi is. You catch the bus and you got to wait for 3 buses, but there's always buses leaving. Like these terminals are always leaving.
So it's a lot better than the Perth Perth buses.
Yeah, you're not waiting for like half a year for buses to come. You're waiting. Okay. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not, depending. But we'll get back to the other bus thing as well. So Bondi was just constantly going back and forwards all day, like buses, which was good.
So you went to Bondi then?
Yeah, went to Bondi, yeah.
Did they film the TV show at the time?
No.
Or they didn't see any of that?
They had one person there, but they didn't have anyone filming there, unfortunately. Just missed their season, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they film it obviously during the summertime.
Yeah, summertime. Yeah.
So like March and that might be too late?
Yeah, I think March is a bit too late for it, because that's when I went, was March. I went.
Yeah, probably too late.
Yeah, so so we went to Bondi. It's a lot more smaller than you think it is, actually, as well. You think it's this big fucking beach.
Also, the camera angles are tricky on that show to make it look bigger.
Yeah, make it look bigger. Yeah, it's big. It's big. Don't get me wrong. It is big. It's a big fucking beach, but it's a lot more smaller than they make it out on the TV. And they make it like it's we've got 40,000 people here today. They might do, but the beach doesn't look like it can hold up 40,000.
It looks like 10,000 or something, or.
Yeah, but then also, but also there was a music festival that they were packing down at the same time when I was there as well. So got to take that into consideration as well. But it looks a little bit bigger than it actually is, and it was kind of a little bit disappointing. In a way.
Okay, so what was the best thing, do you reckon?
I'll go back to the bus thing as well. So when I left the zoo to back to the ferry, there was no bus. We were waiting there on 40 minutes or something like that. There was no fucking bus.
That's fucked.
One family gave up after about 5 minutes of missing the bus didn't arrive, so they gave up and started walking back to the ferry terminal. There is an entry point, I think, or an exit point that you can leave from the zoo, but we wanted to leave from the actual main entry point. Yeah. And there's actually 2 main entry points as well for the zoo as well. So you go through the big gates and all that. There's another gate that you got to go through as well. On top of that as well, I keep on knocking my
as well.
Yeah. So that's it was like Perth, that bus system there that was running through there. In a way.
Pretty quick.
No, quick, but you had to also wait at the zoo as well. 40 minutes. Yeah.
So what was the best thing about Sydney, or have we discussed that?
The best thing about Sydney, the zoo was like amazing, good views. Also the Madame Tussauds.
The what?
The Madame Tussauds.
What's that?
So pretty much it is wax people, like you have famous people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like sculptures or.
Wax sculptures of famous people. Like I had a photo of the Queen, Captain James Cook, Ned Kelly. That was one other one. Dylan Alcock, the wheelchair tennis player.
Yeah.
Leighton Hewitt was there as well. Miranda Kerr, the model. Elf Stewart from Home and Away, he was there as well. Superman, like they had all the DC. What's that movie called? Where they were all joined together.
Justice League.
Justice League, was it? Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, so they had Wonder Woman, Flash,
Cyborg.
Cyborg. The black guy with the.
Yeah, with the robotic half. Yeah.
Him. They also had Batman, Aquaman. They also had a Marvel as well bit. So they had Wolverine,
Iron Man.
I don't know about Iron Man. I can't fully remember Iron Man, but I remember Wolverine and Spider-Man being there though. Okay. So I'm not really a big fan of Iron Man, so I probably didn't get a photo of the Iron Man. There probably was Iron Man there. I can't remember Captain America being there either, but I definitely do know that they did have good old neighborhood friendly
neighborhood.
Neighborhood. Yeah, that's the one. And then they had Wolverine as well there as well. Yeah. They did also have Chris Hemsworth. So all the ladies out there want to get a photo with Chris Hemsworth. He was there as well, his brother as well.
Liam.
Yeah, and Liam. Yeah, Liam.
Unknown brother.
Yeah. And they also did have Meghan Markle. So for all the guys that want to get a photo of Meghan Markle, she was there as well.
Well, the royal chick. Yeah, the Harry wife.
Yeah, Harry was there as well. Yeah, Harry, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a thing of them. But they were as far away as possible to the royal family. So they, in the movie, not in the movie, fucking hell. In the
documentary.
In the room, they had the original Madame Tussauds taking off a head of someone. Because that's what she did. She took people's heads off and made them like that procedure where they make it like they're stilled forever type thing, like they don't move or anything like that. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what she kind of specialised in by the look of it. But then also in the same room they had Albert Einstein. They had this really smart guy. They had Australia's top doctor.
Oppenheimer?
No, not Oppenheimer. They had Julia Gillard, John Howard, Barack Obama,
Gina Reinhardt.
No. Barack Obama. Why the hell would they have Gina Reinhardt there?
Anyway, John F. Kennedy.
No, they had Barack Obama, John Howard, Bob Keating. I think my name Kevin Rudd. I can't remember Kevin Rudd. Anyway, they had some popular people, but then also on the other side of the room they had Will and Kate, and then in her own little section was the Queen. So she had they had the couch next to her, and she was standing there like that, like looking like the Queen. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get to Sydney as well?
I got there by plane, which was Virgin, not Atlantic. I wish it was, but it was Virgin. Flew in economy. Would I recommend it? Yes and no. Like, so you got Qantas, the top one, where they offer you food and stuff like that free. It's part of your meal, part of your package. Part of what you pay for on the flight. So you get
Oh, is food extra with the Virgin one?
You didn't get much food at all. Yeah. You got a drink, obviously, and then with Jetstar, which is. So say if Qantas charges $800 for a ticket over Sydney and back again, Virgin charges around about $600. Let's just say they charge under $800. Sorry, Qantas charges around about I think $750 each way. This is at the time I ordered it. Virgin was a bit less. It was like $600 there and back.
And Jetstar is like the budget one.
And Jetstar was $300 there and back. But Jetstar, you don't get food, you don't get drinks, anything like that. You might get
really
water.
The whole way.
Yeah, you might get water, but that's about it.
Fucking
but
shit.
it's a budget airline, so you can't expect them to give you food or anything like that. You just
you just starve.
There's no first class, even there's no business class on Jetstar because it's a bit.
How do you eat though? Just like until you get off.
Until you get
snacks.
off. Yeah, or you just bring snacks on with you at the airport. Yeah, so that's what Jetstar is. Virgin's turning in a little bit like that in a way, but there is business class and it might be first class, but I can't. Depends where you're going, but there was definitely business class where you might get a bit extra meals and stuff like that
as well.
Yeah, and there's also like a Economy X as well, which Economy X allows you to have extra leg room, but then usually in the emergency aisles they are, but you pay a little bit extra, $60 or something like that, and you get extra leg room in the price. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask, what is the food like? But we kind of went by that, didn't we?
Not really.
And are the prices that different to Perth?
You're talking about in Sydney, aren't you? Right?
Yeah,
talking about the airlines.
Yeah. Sorry.
In Sydney, it's roughly about the same as Perth, like quality-wise and all that. I had a delicious meal, a hamburger thing. I think it was a hamburger. Yeah, hamburger over in Sydney. In not Darling Harbour, Circular Quay, I think it's called. It was a good meal I had there, like a pub across the road from across from the terminals and all that. If you've been to Sydney, you'll know what I'm talking about. Across the road there was a pub. It was upstairs on this 3rd-story building. It was quite nice there. I enjoyed that meal. Also, there is a 24/7 breakfast type thing, just across the footpath. So you get the whole view of Sydney Harbour, well, not the whole view, but you get the view of the bridge and the opera house and the ferries inside this little 24-hour cafe, and they had like some pretty good breakfast and like every time I go to Sydney, I always go there because you get quite a good meal there.
And so a buffet.
No, it's
buffet?
Just like it's just
normal.
Normal, like you order and you get it pretty quickly as well, the meal as well. That's what's good about it as well.
Like 10 minutes wait or something.
Yeah, I've noticed that in Sydney you wait less for your meal as well, compared to Perth. I keep on forgetting to change. Sorry.
There's no tipping in Sydney.
There
only wouldn't be any tipping shit, would there? There is.
No, only if you want to. But like they get paid.
Optional.
They get paid the same amount as well as Perth do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what their pay is per hour, but like say it might be like $25 an hour or something like that. That's what they get paid.
Yeah.
And it's optional if you give them tips or not. Like Australia,
just like here.
Australia doesn't tip like at all because you get a good wage. Already, you can choose a tip. People quite appreciate it, and you'll get treated a lot more better if you do tip in Australia, same as in America. But we don't rely on tips over here in Australia at all. Anywhere in Australia, for that matter.
Yeah, because the economy is already good.
Yeah, because the economy is good. Yeah, we don't have a system like America does. Well, their system could be good in a way, but it could also be bad as well. What was the best thing about Sydney? Yeah, I've already mentioned that. I
think we've gone through all the questions.
What else was good about Sydney? I'm just trying to remember what else was good about Sydney. There's a lot of big stores there.
The girls? Were there any hotties there or about the same?
Of course there is. Actually, funny you bring that up. I'll bring that up in a second about that.
Okay.
So you've got big shopping centres over there. You've got some of the biggest in Australia, and even you've got the biggest shopping centre in the Southern Hemisphere in Sydney as well.
Really?
They're fucking huge over there. Like they've
like a massive mall type shit.
Yeah, like you got Galleria here in Perth and all that, Carrot Shopping Centre and all that. You got shops that are twice as bigger over there. The movie theatre's a lot more bigger.
Really? Well, the movie theatre, they would have IMAX. Stuff
they
there
do.
Too, right?
They do have a special. I can't remember if that's in Melbourne or Sydney. They've got IMAX. I think it might be Sydney. They've got IMAX.
Okay.
But IMAX isn't really a. I think over here in Australia, there's a cinema that actually specialises in IMAX.
The VMAX one.
VMAX is in Perth. No, but like there is actually an IMAX cinema here in Australia that use the actual IMAX reel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the IMAX. Film.
So the screen would be fucking massive.
Yeah. What they use, what they use for IMAX is what the cinema is made for, is IMAX only type shit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the digital IMAX. I think there is some cinemas in Australia that have the digital IMAX. But there is a cinema that over here, I don't know if it's in Melbourne or Sydney, but they actually use the proper IMAX
IMAX
film,
cameras, like proper film cameras. No, not digital.
No, the actual film that they use like to make.
Yeah,
IMAX,
that's what I mean. Like
not the cameras. Yeah. So there is that also aspect of, I don't know if it's in Melbourne or Sydney, but I do know we do have one here in Australia, but it's on the East Coast, not in Western Australia.
Yeah, of course we wouldn't get something that good.
No, of course not, no.
Nah,
I think the best we've got is VMAX. I think that's the best we've got, which the director last week corrected me on the last week's episode about IMAX and VMAX. It was pretty funny.
The VMAX is pretty good. Most time, go to the VMAX one.
So the IMAX. I don't know where it is. I can't tell you where it is.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, have to look that up.
I think that's it really for all the topics.
I think we can keep on talking. I can talk about Sydney all night.
Okay.
Yeah, stop trying to cut the podcast short. I think people want to hear a bit more about this stuff.
All right.
Yeah. Well, what was the good thing about Sydney? Yeah, everything is like you got trains that go lead to everywhere, pretty much over there. So if you want to go to Royal Randwick over there, like you go catch the train straight to Royal Randwick, which is the horse racing. You've got a train that takes you straight away like to well, kind of Bondi, but the Bondi's shopping centre, which then leads to you got to catch a bus to Bondi, which is another like 10, 20 minutes away to the actual beach itself. Then you've got the best. So everything's kind of leaked up. You've even got a train station that takes you straight to the airport. No fucking around like there is here in Perth. Like, let's build a train that takes you to the airport, but it's, I don't know, fucking 500 metres away from the bloody airport. Fucking great idea that was.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
fucking brilliant, mate.
Yeah, so Sydney's got their shit right with their transport. They've just built I think a $1 billion tunnel that takes you from somewhere. I think it's called the M1. No, not the M1. Yeah, that's a highway. There's a tunnel that just built. I can't remember what it's called. Sydney people will be able to tell you straight away what it is, but it takes you literally from somewhere, I can't remember, but straight to the airport. And there's just tunnels that lead to the airport there as well, which I got told by the Uber driver. Not Uber driver. Uber. That was another thing I had to bring up. Uber. So from my hotel, which was on the north side of Sydney, it was going to cost me $130 to get there. While the train ticket only cost me about I don't know, $7 or something.
Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, I thought,
far away or?
Yeah, it was quite far away.
Oh, yeah, it's probably why. Okay.
Yeah, it was gonna cost me that much. I thought, no, fuck that shit, I'm not paying that. So I took public transport and had to leave a bit earlier to get our time and stuff like that. But yeah, did take time. Can you hear the dog? There's a dog in the background.
Yeah, I can hear something. I don't know what it is. Nuts. Oh yeah, the girls as well.
Oh, the girls, yeah.
Sydney.
I did notice that they tend to walk a lot more over there, over in Sydney. Like, they do a lot of walking. So most of the chicks that are over in Sydney are thin. Like,
so there's less overweight.
Yeah, less overweight people over in Sydney. Yeah, like people in Perth, no, we wouldn't know. Well, some people wouldn't know what walking is, let alone
standing up.
Yeah, let alone standing up. So, point proven.
Oh, that's a good one.
So they're a lot more thinner over there, in a way, because they do a lot more walking. I've noticed that that's the way.
Traffic's a pain in the arse over there.
Yeah, it is a
You're better off walking sometimes.
Yeah.
In a massive place like that.
Yeah, so they're a lot more thinner than, well, probably West Australia is. Not to talk down on WA, but they're a lot more thinner over there than we are over here. Probably if you go on the outskirts of Sydney, maybe they might be a bit more bigger, but I only went on from the bits where I've been in Sydney. I've got cousins that live over there. They're thin. And the people that are actually in Sydney itself, they're thinner than we are here in WA. Yeah.
Do you think they're hotter as well over there, or do you think that's about the same from what you could see?
I wouldn't.
Would you say?
I don't really
pay attention to it.
I think because they're a bit thinner over there, like people, I think a bit more. You get a bit more attractive to them. Anyway, but then also it depends on your personal preferences and stuff like that as well, because you might like someone that's bigger and you might not like, so I can't really say if they're more hotter or anything like that over there. They might be a bit more attractive, maybe a little bit more, but I'd say they're probably about the same, because we all speak Aussie, so we're all kind of like, it just depends. Like, you might like a European chick, you might like an Asian chick.
It's like going to like a different neighbourhood. To another state, isn't it?
Yeah, like another.
There's nothing majorly different.
Nothing.
Okay.
In a way, So wouldn't say they're more hotter, but they are definitely thinner over there than we are over in here, WA. Point proven.
Okay.
Any other questions about Sydney you've got about? Anything about Steven?
That was it, really. I mean, is there many surfers in Sydney that you saw surfing?
I wouldn't say as much as like here in I think over there they do have their surfers, but I didn't really go towards the beach. Over there. So I wouldn't say if they've got a lot of surfers over there. Over here in WA, I've been to the beach a lot over here, a lot more than over in Sydney. So I've noticed that there's more surfers over here, but I think there is more. They have to go to the right areas in Sydney to see the surfers and all that. Maroubra Beach, I think that's a highly.
What? So they wouldn't be at Bondi.
Bondi, there is. Bondi, there is. Yeah. But I didn't see any there. Let's just say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions you got, Stevo?
Not really. I think that's about it.
That's about it? Okay.
That's about it, I think. Unless there's anything else you want to add.
I do have one more question. It's about your streams lately, Stephen. What's happening there? What are you streaming?
At the moment, I'm just doing lots of just chatting, and I'm also playing Destroy All Humans 2. So it's a game where you play as an alien, and obviously they're invading Earth, and it's about killing humans, blowing them up and stuff. It's fun. And I also recently completed it. So the last stream I did last night was just chatting with my audience, just like AMA, ask me anything, just anything really. Yeah.
Okay.
Going over stuff.
That's quite interesting, yeah. And what would you recommend the game? Like out of 10, what would you recommend it?
I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. I'll knock a point away because it was really short. It was only about 7-8 hours, which might sound like a lot to like someone who doesn't game, but it's not really that long because you can do like 2 or 3 streams and you're done. So
yeah,
fun game, but just a little bit too short for my liking.
And what would you give the review? Like, what actually happens in the game? Well, obviously you've told us, but like, is there any like deep story or anything like that in the actual thing?
There's nothing deep, very deep. You go to Japan. There's a Godzilla reference. You kill Godzilla on one mission. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
It's based during the Cold War when Russia and they were fighting the arms race.
Okay.
So it's basically. Yeah, it's references to James Bond as well, because he has a human side chick that he lays with as well.
Okay. So
it's just a funny reference to like 80s movies and shit, really, and just killing people. Yeah, that's all it is really. Pretty simple game.
Would you recommend it to people, the game, or?
Yes, I would. Right now I would, because it's only about $20-$30. I think I got it for like $15. So it's way worth the price, $15-$20. But when it first came out, it was like $40 or $60, and that's not worth it for a game that's 10 hours long.
Okay, yeah.
So I'd say now, it's the perfect time to get it right now.
And is it available on PC or PlayStation, or what's it available on?
It's available on PS5, the new Xbox, and PC.
Okay, yeah. Well. All right, yeah. So, if you guys want to download it, it's $15 online at the moment.
On Steam, I believe.
Steam, very
Steam, whatever it's called, Steam.
Yeah, so download it. That's on PC, obviously. I think Steam is.
That's PC.
PC, download it and you'll get to play it for good 8 hours. If you're a good gamer like Stevo is, that one there. And if you're like me, it'll probably take around about 15 years to play it. If you're a gamer like him, definitely probably take about 8 hours, maybe less than that.
And I was just doing the main story, so maybe the side quests, the side stuff might be good, but I was just doing the main storyline, so maybe it's like 20 hours long.
Okay, so then
the side stuff.
Yeah, so what he's trying to say is he skipped half the thing.
No, not half, but probably about 20%.
Okay, 20,
30%. Yeah. Not that much.
Still half. Yeah, so he's just completed it for the sake of completing it.
Well, for the Twitch audience, because I thought people on Twitch wanted to watch it. So.
Okay, and how did that do on Twitch?
Honestly, not the best. It's not the most popular game series, but I think the biggest one had like 5 or 6 viewers, maybe up to 7 at one point.
Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad.
So not too bad, but maybe a more popular game next time, like GTA or I don't know, one of those games might be better.
Yeah,
in the future.
GTA 6 will probably be a fucking big one, that one.
Oh yeah, everyone will stream that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a billion people stream it.
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
It would crash the site.
Yeah, it would. I reckon it would as well.
Yeah, everyone will be playing it.
Yeah. that's coming out. I don't know when that's coming out. Stephen will probably be able to tell you that a bit more.
That's coming. That's rumored to be shown off next year.
Oh, next year. Okay.
And 2025 or 26 come out.
Oh, okay. So
apparently.
Okay. Shit.
So a while away, I'd say. Yeah. Still.
So it better be good for the whole hype that's created since GTA 5, because GTA 5 was pretty good for game.
Yeah, so it's 10 years old, GTA 5 now.
Shit, fuck.
So, yeah, it's been ages since we've had a proper Grand Theft Auto. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. And I'll tell you a fun fact about GTA 5 as well. I actually brought it before Stephen did. And
yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah, I brought it before everyone else in my school brought it. I said to Mum, I was like, "Oh, there's a game coming out. It's called GTA 5." I said, "It's a pretty good game. Like, do you mind buying it for me?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, she goes, "Oh," because she knew a little bit about the GTA games. Like,
she knew it was violent.
Yeah, violent. Like, and I said, "Oh, yeah, it's a little violent, but it teaches you not to be violent towards the people." And yeah, so he's cracking his head off. I'm going to put a wide shot on there. Yeah, so I told Mum, it was like, "Oh yeah, it's a good game. Like it's to treat like people respect and like to learn how to treat it." And
there's no drugs in it at all or anything.
And then anyway, so she went to the store. The guy was like, "Oh, why are you buying this game for? Like, are you buying it for your child?" She's like, "Yeah, I think." I don't know, how old was I? 14-year-old? She's like,
15, 14 at the time, I think.
Yeah, the fucking idiot told her that, it's got drug violence, it's got
for fuck's sake.
Nudity and all that
shit. Here we go. So I she still bought it for you though, right?
Yeah, she still brought it. Yeah,
she still did it.
Yeah, that's why I got it before everyone else did, because she went and brought it for me. So yeah, I was glad that I got it before everyone else, and then everyone else had to play it before I did.
Because you were too busy with something at the time. Yeah. Okay.
But
something at the time.
I still play it, but I play on PC now, not on Xbox. Cause I had it on Xbox 360.
At the time. That's right. Yeah, and I had it on PS3.
Oh, PS3.
I had it as well, because that's before PS4 was even a thing.
Yeah, and after PS1 and 2, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
So that's what's happening on your streams, is it?
Just chatting at the moment.
Yeah, just chatting.
Yeah, just like this, but
just with people just texting you questions and stuff.
Yeah, just texting you questions to try to make it go. If it gets to a point, just chatting, where like, everyone's heading off, going to bed, then I close out the stream. Yeah, because it's hard to carry a just chatting stream. Because with a video game, you can talk about the game and what other people have thought about it and stuff. But if it's just you, like sitting here right now, and it's hard to, you're physically there, right in front of me, so it's easier to talk. But if it's just you here, and there's people just texting, then it's like, fuck, what do I say? No one's typing anything, and it's like, fuck, I got to make up the entertainment.
Yeah,
it's quite difficult at times.
It is quite difficult. I've done a few just strapping, not strapping. Fucking hell, just streaming,
just strapping,
just chatting streams.
Strap on.
Yeah.
Just chatting.
Yeah, just chatting streams.
Just chatting.
Yeah. So it is quite hard. I've been there, on that type of thing. Yeah, so speaking of chatting to Stephen on his streams and all that, so Stephen, when will we catch you on your streams, like on Twitch, and also, not also, but when will we catch you on your streams? And also make sure you do give attention to his Instagram, where he'll post, and his Discord as well. He'll post whenever he's going to be on stream. So if you're on stream, go and say a g'day to him, like g'day, or go and get fuck yourself, Steve.
How's it going?
Yeah. Just say something, and he'll reply back to you straight away. We'll try to much as he could,
as fast as I can.
Yeah. So Stephen, when will people catch you?
People can catch me on Saturday nights and Sunday nights, Western Australian Standard Time, 8:30 p.m.
8:30 everyone, 8:30 p.m. And if he's not streaming on a Saturday night, he's probably out with me or with some other people. So sometimes he might not be streaming on a Saturday, but he definitely does stream on What else did you say?
Oh, it's just Saturday, Sunday now.
Oh, Saturday,
Friday,
Sunday.
I just do the gym. I can't be fucked after the gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's just how it is now with the streaming thing. But I think 2 days is fine. People seem to be kind of content. And, before when I came back, people were like, where the hell were you? And so I still have a few loyal viewers. So I think just doing 2 days a week is like a sweet spot at the moment.
Yeah,
maybe go back to 3 again.
Yeah, I reckon you should do as many streams as you can.
Yeah,
I reckon. Like straight after the gym, go fucking streaming, mate.
Yeah, go do it. Yeah. Go do it.
The more you're on, the more following you'll get, I reckon.
Yeah, the more people will enjoy it.
Enjoy it, yeah. That's right.
Okay.
Enjoy it. Stevo. You'll catch him on Saturday, Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. He's thinking about doing other streams as well on Twitch during the week. Maybe. It's a big maybe.
Possible. Yeah, possible.
So that's when you'll catch him on his streaming Twitch. What's your next game going to be streaming, Stephen?
The next game I'll play maybe Resident Evil 4 remake. It's like, you've heard of Resident Evil, right? You've only heard of the movies. You haven't heard of the games.
Is it the zombie one?
Yeah, it's zombie shit.
I played the first one and I only played for about 10 minutes and I gave up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was too confusing at the time, or...
Yeah, confusing. I couldn't play. I can't play games like that.
It is quite confusing. Even I had trouble with one of them that I played, and I had to get a bit of help from the chat. That one was pretty popular back then. I think that might have been during COVID. I don't know. It was a while ago.
Okay, yeah. So you're playing Resident Evil 4, is that right? Remake?
Remake, yes. I believe. I haven't fully figured out what game, honestly. But if I can't figure it out, I'll just play that one.
Okay, yeah. It's a zombie game, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Is that right? It's a zombie game?
Yeah, it's just about killing zombies, trying to lift a curse. The fourth game, it's just about lifting a curse from this cult. This cult who prays to the zombie virus or some bullshit.
Okay.
I can't remember. I haven't played the game in a few months.
Yeah.
Because I played the original one, but it didn't age very well.
Okay, yeah.
It's from 2004, the first one.
Oh,
the
okay.
one.
Shit, that long ago. Fuck.
Really old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's probably end of the stream now, I reckon. Do you reckon, Stevo?
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot tonight on tonight's episode.
We covered a shit ton of stuff tonight. We've covered about Sydney, about streaming services, Resident Evil 4, when you're streaming next, which is on a Saturday, 8:30, and Sundays as well. We've covered a lot tonight. I reckon we've done quite a bit. We've done quite well, I think, for a good second episode. Season 3 now. Season 3.
Yeah, season 3, episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Yeah, that's right. Sorry about the switching tonight. It's probably a bit fucking off because this is my first time talking and also switching between cameras like that, where Steven's playing with his shirt and.
I was just doing that, looking down for a second.
He's probably looking at his phone at the moment, seeing if there's any girls messaging him.
No.
Gym girls.
No, mate. Fuck up.
Nothing
about the gym.
Nothing about the gym. Okay. Nothing about the gym. All right. That's us for tonight. The podcast. You'll see the thingy bobbies down below, right there somewhere.
Yeah,
that'll pop up. So we do have a link tree now, so you can click on any links that you want, which is Instagram. We've got TikTok. We've got Facebook. We've got YouTube.
Twitter.
And guess what's the new one? Not Twitter anymore. It's called X. But guess what? The new one what we've got now. You can
Spotify.
That's right. Yeah.
Finally, Spotify.
Spotify.
We finally set it up.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Set it up.
Yeah, Stevo spent a good, probably a good hour setting it up. I don't know. It probably took him longer than that.
It was probably about 2 hours, but it wasn't too hard, but it was a bit confusing because it was called Spotify for podcasters, but you've also got Spotify and the logo is the same.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit confusing. But
But we got it sorted out in the end. We figured out how to sort it out. Stephen just forgot to press publish. Did the rest of it, but just forgot to press publish.
Oh, I scheduled it, but I forgot to click publish on the schedule. Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, so
that's my bad. It was late night.
But that's okay. We're learning, and we got it done in the end. That's all that matters. We did get the podcast out. We are slowly re-downloading episodes from YouTube and putting them on Spotify as well. And we're also putting our podcast on Facebook as well, So you're able to watch it on Facebook, also watching it on YouTube, and you can listen to us anytime, download it.
When you're at the gym, when you're doing a bike ride, anywhere.
Yeah, doing gardening, in the car, if you're driving along, you want to listen to us, our podcasts are there. Like you can listen to us anytime you want.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all there, guys.
So we've got Spotify, we've got all of them now. They're all down there. The links are there. We'll put them in the description as well. Also, so it's absolutely amazing what we've got set up now. We've finally got our shit together.
Yeah, it's finally all set up now. It's like it feels like a new start for MaasStaple. Yeah, like a fresh beginning.
Yeah, fresh beginning for us as well. Yeah,
it was perfect.
We're slowly getting used to setting up stuff again. We're just figuring out stuff. We've got new cameras, cheap Kmart ones, $20 it cost us for cameras. We're just using them because there's no point of bringing us like 4K fucking camera in and trying to film a podcast.
Yeah, it's also way too much setup as well. It's just it's a fucking hassle. Like webcams are perfect for doing this type of thing until maybe get a little bit bigger, and then the quality will go up in the video. As long as the audio is good.
Definitely, as we go along, the quality will get better. We're smashing these out for you, so you'll be able to have we're going to try a podcast every week in a way. Soon, I don't know when, but we'll probably start to bring guests in as well, have a chat with them as well.
Yeah, see how they're going.
Yeah,
what they're up to.
Yeah, and also what else will we do? I think next week's podcast we're going to be doing. It's more going to be a comedy one rather than just Stephen and I being a boring conversation. We're going to
be more of a joking.
Yeah, joking one. Yeah, so we're going to try and tell jokes and stuff like that. So it's going to be we're going to try and make it a comedy one. I'm not going to try too hard making it comedy, but we're going to try, but not try as well, because if you try too hard, it's not going to be funny.
Yeah, it's going to show.
Yeah, it's going to show. We're just going to make it funny, like how we think it's going to be funny, and then see what happens there. But obviously tonight we had a good conversation. We had like good comedy as well. Stephen couldn't control himself with laughter at one stage of the night. Whoops, wrong camera. Right there, that's Steve right there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so we did. We have had a good laugh tonight. So thank you everyone for watching
MaasStaple.
MaasStaple Podcast.
Yeah.
For watching
podcast.
Watching MaasStaple Podcast. So appreciate it. Thank you everyone. We're also getting some new graphics sorted out as well.
Oh yes, we're getting a new logo made at the moment. Actually, it's in production. So keep an eye out, guys, and new logo, new start, fresh beginnings. Yeah, fresh episode 2.
And we'll have new graphics as well pop up as well. We're slowly getting into it. We're slowly creating these graphics. We're going to make sure they're perfect before they come out, because if they're not, people will notice and it won't look as good as well. And also we're thinking about having uniforms as well. Well, not uniforms, but shirts. So we'll, rather than wearing like different shirt every fucking week, what are you doing?
Just rubbing my eye, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, just branding kind of like this, but like with a new logo, of course, and like a shirt. Would it be a white or a black shirt? Maybe black.
I think we'll have a black and a white shirt.
Maybe black would be better.
Just depends on the logo as well. But we'll definitely have a white and a black shirt that we'll be wearing, and then eventually, if people want to buy it, we will sell it. But not at the moment. We don't want to really get into that at the moment. So we're just going to have like a uniform that we'll just wear, like just make it a little bit professional. Yeah.
Make it look like an official show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In a way, yeah. So, that'll be the next thing that we'll be doing as well. So that's everything for us tonight on the MaasStaple podcast. So, Stephen, what do we say at the end of each podcast? 3, 2...
MaasStaple.
There we are. We got
See you guys later.
Catch up. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.